So I really think that Mars retrograde is getting to some of y'all. Okay? I think that you guys are getting real frustrated real fast. And I know I've been getting this quite a bit with my collective. You need to amp up your protection. I feel like people are getting to you and you're starting to slowly fucking lose it. That's what I feel like. Is that you are getting so mad so fast and you need to pause. You need to just like take a beat for like a second, okay? And King of Swords reverse. King of Swords is your analytical, logical, rational person, okay? So when this comes out in reverse for me, and then you have intuition, logic, and intuition, but it's like you're all sorts of out of whack. I feel like people are really getting to you. So it's kind of like you're oscillating between like, you know, intuition versus not, or you're oscillating between logic, and then you're just like, you can't seem to pick which way you want to attack a problem, so to speak. Of course, I would use that terminology with Mars and retrograde. Four of Swords reverse too. It's like you're not giving yourself enough time before you react. And here, this to me with the Knight of Cups makes me feel like underneath some of these more like abrasive emotions is actually you guys just being hurt. And I feel like those of you who I'm talking to are definitely my Aries people or my like fire sign placement specifically, right? Because we are talking Mars here, where underneath the exterior, underneath the anger, underneath the like, is just this like soft little BB who just wants love and attention and to be heard and understood and validated, right? So this is kind of sort of what I'm getting, is that I feel like you guys are not taking the time that you need to fully kind of process and be like, okay, what is going on here? Like, this is what it feels like, but if I take a minute and I think about what's happening under the surface, right? What really is going on? Why am I so angry at this person? Why is this so triggering to me? Okay? I want to get some more information, so we're going to pull some more cards here. But I do think that whether it's one person, it's a group of people, you need to let yourself process fully your emotions, which they say it takes about 90 seconds to do so, okay, before you actually take action on something, right? Because the Knights are about action. So it's like, do you want to avoid the mess, you know? You have the Star card here, which makes me feel like you guys are probably going through an ascension or some sort of upgrade period with the Star, okay? Aquarius energy, you could have that in your chart. And you also have Six of Pentacles, which is really making me feel like you guys are getting this kind of like upgrade within your relationships. Because I feel like in your one-on-one connections, there could have been, with the Six of Pentacles here, there could have been an issue where there wasn't exactly the reciprocity that you needed or deserved. It could be this hierarchy of, you know, I'm not getting my cup filled the way that I'm filling other people's, whatever that might look like for you, right? But the Six of Pentacles for me it's a need for balance when it shows up. It's showing up upright, so that's great. I feel like you're creating that in your life. But I also feel like we're talking balance as you move through a lot of these different energies, emotions, upgrades, whatever you want to call them. But a lot of you are probably experiencing some sort of upgrade or ascension. And that comes with a lot of feelings. Like a lot of feelings, a lot of upgrades, a lot of what is happening to me. And that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here, right? That might be why you guys are so quick to be like angry, because you're like, what the, you know what I'm saying? You're not letting it move through you. But a lot of these times when this happens, when you are going through some ascension period, right? Look at this too. The Wheel of Fortune reverse at the bottom. It's a Jupiter energy, so Sagittarius and Pisces. This energy for me makes me feel like there is no movement in your life in a lot of ways. It's almost making me feel like you were really stuck. And I mean stuck for like probably a long period of time. You might still be feeling that way too, but I do feel like there's obviously some sort of balance coming in to move through that energy, making it a little bit easier for you, okay? But Wheel of Fortune in reverse here is like things are out of your control right now. If there is no movement in your life, try to think about why. And I know that's really frustrating, but try to think about why, especially if it comes to your relationships. If you're frustrated with the people around you, is it because they're reflecting back to you things you don't like about yourself? Is it because for whatever reason their energy is pulling up these things in you that need to be healed? What is the core reason why you feel so triggered, right? So let's get a couple more and see what we can do. Where are we at? 4.5 minutes? Sounds about right, since I don't know how to shut up. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune reverse here. What's going on? The Six of Pentacles too actually is really where I want to put my attention. Oh, there we go. What do we have? Oh! Page of Pentacles reverse and Death in reverse here. I do feel like this is very relationship oriented. Doesn't have to be romantic, but this is probably involving other people, okay? The work that you put into others, the work that maybe you put into yourself, again, like both of those kind of go hand in hand there. But man, Death in reverse and then the Page of Pentacles reverse. Page of Pentacles to me is always a student energy, trying to understand, to process, to learn. Honestly, what this is giving me is closure. You're probably trying to really understand something, like why did that happen to me, or why can't I get this person to XYZ? Why couldn't I get this person to understand? Why couldn't I get them to see my point of view? There's a lot of closure happening, and I feel like that closure here is directly correlated with this like ascension, like high vibe energy that's going on. I feel like these are both kind of related. So maybe this comes first with the spiritual journey, ascension, what have you, and then this comes as a byproduct of this, okay? So it's almost like as we go through these upgrades and as we move through these energies, as we try to become unstuck, right? As you're moving through everything, then it's like things start to click, like, oh, actually in that relationship, in that friendship, in that partnership, whatever, I wasn't getting what I needed for a really fucking long time. And then now, instead of looking at this thing and maybe being resentful, angry, whatever, you're starting to find that closure and be able to give it to yourself by saying, but you know what? I learned a lot about what I accepted and how I accepted maybe less than I deserved. So you're kind of going maybe through this process of self-worth, or confidence is coming through. It's kind of like what I'm feeling is, you know, you need to go through this phase of your life where there was no movement because Spirit really wanted you to sit there for a minute. Almost kind of like in a timeout way, you know, to be like, sit there with your thoughts, sit there with your emotions, let it process, let it marinate, and tell me what you're learning from this. Because I really feel like with the page, any page, we're talking about like, what are we learning, right? Those messages there. Messages, communication with the page, but to me it's always a student energy. This person, whether it's upright or not, right, this is what this looks like. And for me, this is a person going, wow, what can I make from this? What can I do with this one pentacle? Like, it's almost like the possibilities are endless. And so now with this in reverse, it's like, you know, you're never gonna understand, right? The possibilities were endless. You did everything that you could. You tried all these things. It didn't work. Whatever that could mean for you, it didn't work. Lovers in reverse at the bottom, same thing. It didn't work. It can't be alchemized. It can't be brought together. The masculine and feminine are not vibing on the same page, okay? And I'm talking strictly energy. Gender doesn't matter here, okay? Anything else here? Let's see what we got. Especially for like Death in reverse over here. It's like, I feel like you guys are going through a lot right now. It's like this phase of you transmuting things, a phase of you just kind of like being in limbo where you're in the in-between. It's like you're in the betwixt, if you will, right? As you move through these things. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Yeah, you have 8 of Wands reversed. I really do feel like this is a time of slowing down. Slowing down, because as you move through this like spiritual awakening or ascension period or whatever this is, you guys are going to need the time to be able to do that. 6 of Cups in reverse too with the 3 of Wands. I'm gonna leave you right here with this by saying that 6 of Cups reverse is looking back on the past. It can also be karmic connections, it can be soulmate connections, whichever way you want to, you know, word it, but it is other people involved again, right? Because we have the 6 of Pentacles, now we have the 6 of Cups here. This to me says we are making conscious choices after having gone through all this previous energy, right? We are making conscious choices here to say, I'm not going to do that how I used to do it. I don't want to attract those people. I don't want to attract that energy anymore. I feel like you guys are going through this big clearing, getting rid of all these things where maybe, again, you weren't getting what you needed. You weren't really getting that reciprocity, okay? 6 of Cups sometimes is also, it is difficulty letting go of the past a little bit here. So I feel like what you're doing is really, the way I want to word this is putting certain things to rest. So that way you can move through this energy, be done with it, and process fully and just get on with your life.